Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Iman and this is Outlander episode 3. This one is called The Way Out. So last time we left off with Claire and she was a prisoner in Column's kingdom, I guess. So she had seen herself there before. It was sort of like a weird deja vu and she ended up being there. So it's so strange. I like that like play with how deja vu could work, which could mean like, yeah, maybe you have lived that place, maybe you have seen this. I'm ready to jump in. I can't believe it's just episode 3. It feels like I've been watching this for a while. But anyways, I'm ready to do this. Those links to Patreon are in my description box below. You can get early access, full timer, uncut, unedited versions of these reactions. Thank you guys for your support there. All right, let's do this. I gotta still do the dance outside. I had to find them a white dress and some lights. I love this song though. I love that green. I love it. It's interesting. She's the one going off.
This is backwards. I should be the one leaving for the front lines.
Yes, all the women saying goodbye to their men.
Be promise that you'll return to me.
Oh, he's so sweet and romantic.
I promise.
I really like Frank. He's a good guy. On the water's cold.
Aye, a bit brisk. Keep you clear-headed and strong, though.
Can I tell you something about my husband? He's not dead. He hasn't been born yet.
Oh my god, she's really just saying it like that?
Well, I seem to have fallen through time. I was on my honeymoon in 1945.
I can't believe she's saying this.
200 years. I'm not an English spy. I'm from the future.
That would be weird.
What, do you think the Mackenzies would believe me if I told them the truth?
Perhaps. Your fear of eye and honeyed of tongue. But I see you now for what you are.
Oh no.
Begone, O evil demon.
Oh.
I abjure thee.
No, Mrs. Fitz.
I'll not let you spill any witch. No, witch. Oh, why?
Was that just like her imagining that?
Thank to me, child.
Okay. Ugh. I mean, that would probably
Sorry, what?
happen.
Is it gathering? I'm
People's
not familiar with
superstitions would outweigh the logic.
For headache, take ye 1 bowl of horse dung.
Oh god.
Medicine and caring for the people of the clan Mackenzies.
Really?
I would have to find a way to apply 20th century medicine using only the methods and equipment available in the 1800s.
That's so cool though, but first goodness. It's cool because this is like, for someone like her, this is a challenge. And I think she likes to be challenged. It's like, what can I do in this century? I think any great thinker would be like, actually, this would be cool.
Dinna fash yourself o'er this. Go on home now. Be with your other wee bairns.
What's going on with her?
Is she going to be all right?
Aye. Her boy died last night.
Oh my god.
Somehow the ruins killed him.
It was not the ruins, you daft woman. It was the demons who roam free inside the ruins.
Oh god.
No match for old Nick.
Yeah, they're super superstitious.
Does not a man's coat usually fall just to the knee?
Yes.
And did I ask you for anything different than that?
Oh god, he thought.
That
He
my
thought.
legs should be hidden?
Damn.
That I have something to be ashamed of?
That's right.
I would never presume.
Colum, you're awesome. Oh!
You make me a standard frock coat and have it back to me by tomorrow.
Of course, my lad. Thank you, my lad.
Damn, that's just, yeah, you can't do that.
Davy Beaton. He used to massage me. It made movement easier.
Oh.
I hope
I believe it'd be more beneficial if, rather than your legs, I massaged the base of your spine.
Oh.
Don't tell me my arse offends you too.
I was very sorry to hear about her boy.
It's Satan's work.
It's so
The
interesting.
foolish child. He went up to the Black Kirk.
Times don't change, because I still know people who talk like that. Like, everything bad that happens is the devil.
What
And
I
like,
did to make the devil punish me like this.
no, baby. No. That's how people used to think. I guess this thought process doesn't change. I didn't see this show going this way, and I just really
the
love
bard.
it.
He'll be singing in the hall tonight before the gathering. I'd like you to come along as my guest.
I also appreciate her resolve that she's not sitting there weeping in the corner, because I would be weeping and bawling every day. Like, I need to go home. I want to go home. I'm from the future. And then I would have got killed, burned at the stake. But
Mrs. Beecham.
Mr. McTavish, I was just telling Miss Mackenzie how beautiful she looked tonight.
Right. She's bonny. 16's too taken up with his own grand self to pay much heed to what he thinks or not, but a rabble of snot-nosed beings.
aw, she's like had a crush on him for such a long time. Man, it's just, and he's angelic.
This dressing's been chafing me for days. Do you mind helping me with it?
No.
No. I take that back, will you, lass?
God, oh, the dagger. Oh, oh man.
Well, Alec knows I've been flogged, but he's not seen it. I think if Alec were to see the scars, he couldn't see me anymore without thinking of my back.
Well, that's not how we feel as the audience.
Let me have a look at that.
Oh no, I'm worried because she's still, technically, she's married. And she's in love with her husband still, and...
It's scabbed over nicely. There's no drainage.
God.
Good night, Mistress Beecham.
Yeah. A big sigh.
My breakfast barely past my gullet.
Walking is good for digestion.
I've heard this, but I've never, like, walked
Claire.
after a meal. Maybe I should try that, actually.
He plans to perform an exorcism on the Baxter boy. Hawthorne berries? Apparently, Thomas Baxter went to the Black Kirk with wee Lindsay McNeil. Now the young fool is seized. But you believe in the powers of magic, do you not? Have you never found yourself in a situation with no earthly explanation?
Like the one she's in right
You have to
now?
admit, people believe the boy is possessed, Claire. You challenge that at your peril. I'll not go near him, and neither should you.
Because, yeah, if people believe it, you can't really mess with what people's beliefs, because that affects people's egos, and, like, you don't want to do that. That could be deadly. Did they maybe eat something, like a berry or a mushroom?
His heart rate was slow and pupils pinpoints. A sign of poisoning. Tamis. Tamis?
Did
What
you
have
have,
you
like,
eaten
charcoal
recently?
or something?
No, don't come near me.
He sees the demons even
No, he's hallucinating. He ate something.
He's just hallucinating. It's another symptom.
He ate something.
Give me
I should say not.
What are you doing, Glenna? Letting a stranger in at a time like this?
I believe I can ease his suffering. Just give me a chance.
This still happens.
Let the Father do his work.
It's still like this in some in a, oh man.
Domine nostri Jesu Christi. Recede, da locum. Libera nos, O Domine Deus.
What a traumatic experience for a child to go through too. Like, what the hell? And those kids watching, oh man. Let's not forget that Jesus was a healer too, guys. Like, he used mud and clay and natural remedies.
But even if I could figure out what was wrong with him, I might not be able to do anything
need
about it with
charcoal.
the limited resources at hand.
Charcoal. Oh.
Your lip looks a little swollen, Jamie. Did you get thumped by a horse?
Now just a lip suck.
Aye. Swung its head when I wasn't looking.
It's too bad. Those fillies can be dangerous.
Hey! What's wrong with you?
Bit my tongue.
Clumsy dolt. Must know the wife he should have.
No?
He needs a woman, not a lassie. And Leary will be a girl until she's 50. Been around long enough to ken the difference very well.
That's interesting. Yeah, which is why she's kind of teasing him. Well, he is really wise. I want to know more about him.
I felt ashamed of the way I teased Jamie. And if I was being perfectly honest, I did it because I was jealous. Jealous of their intimacy.
I love his style. Every time I see him, I'm like, God, he looks so good. That hat, I don't know what it's called. Beret? Is it a... I don't know. But it's so attractive on him.
So is this your
So
doing?
cool. Her setup is nice.
Very welcome.
As I told you, there's many things in this world we can't explain.
I do agree with that. I agree with that. I just don't believe everything is demon possession, so...
I do know. If Thomas were my child, I wouldn't leave him to the tender mercies of that man.
Steer well clear of him, Claire.
Yeah, he looks
No mercy
messed
by
up.
Lord. He takes the view that every woman since Eve is a born temptress who should be beaten daily by her husband to keep evil at bay.
Wow. That hasn't changed either. That thought process still lives on.
Huh.
What? Where are they taking this child? To the gallows? Wait.
Lad might have got off with a whipping, but since he's most likely costive or flatulent, the lad will probably lose his hand.
Oh, man.
For stealing.
Oh, I need some peppermint, my dearest.
That's her husband.
Can you not find it in your heart to be merciful and you the soul of justice?
Nice. 1 hour in the pillory and 1 ear nailed.
1 ear nailed.
Better than losing a hand.
God, everything is so... Oh. I would not. They would have to kill me. I tell you what. I could not let this happen to my child. They're gonna have to kill me. Everything is... Then this psychopath is petting his head. Oh. People are clapping. Oh, this guy, let's kill him. Sorry, but let's just get rid of him. Give him some little poison in the tea. At least that stuff has changed a bit. Like you know, this is crazy. Like there are good things where we live, right? Like,
This was thinking. This was Beecham.
Mr. McTavish?
Dougal was...
she does a little...
Mistress Beecham was just about to tell me of her unusual upbringing. I'm sure it's a good story. Why don't you have a glass of port and listen in?
Thank you for your hospitality, Gellis.
Gellis.
How much longer do you think you'll have to stay there?
He can leave any time he wants. His hour is done. It's just the lad's not got up the courage to tear his ear from the nail.
Oh my God.
Still a bit nervous, but...
Your fingers, they're quite strong, I suppose.
Pull it out. Oh, I cannot believe. Honestly, I didn't know this was a punishment.
Here. Should I help you?
No! Oh, okay, I see the plan. Good for both of them. Aww. I didn't know that they did that.
Would you be willing to risk helping me again? Do you know the Black Kirk?
There's something here that's poisonous.
You might be lucky and find some berries or wood garlic to eat.
And you'd eat it?
Aye.
Wood
Are you sure?
garlic.
This isn't wood garlic. It's Convallaria majalis, lily of the valley.
Lily of the
Isn't that
valley?
what frickin' Walter White gave that one child?
It's not native to
Right?
Scotland.
I don't know. So what's the antidote for this? Other than charcoal. And I don't know if it's too late now. Oh my god, literally hit this guy in the back of the head. Oof.
I can give Thomas something to counteract the poison, but we have to move
What
quickly.
blasphemy is this?
Father, I mean no blasphemy. I simply want...
I am the Lord's disciple.
Well, if you have to say it, then it's not true, you ass.
Now leave this house this instant.
The boy's problem is poison, not a demon.
Put it in his mouth.
If you don't let me tend to him, he will die.
Let her pass, Father.
I'll not be ordered about by a woman.
Oh, come on.
This boy is a slave to Satan.
Put the leaf in his mouth.
It's my sister's house.
Yes.
And we'll decide what is done under its roof.
Good. You don't... Yeah, you stare him down. Doesn't he believe in honor your elders?
But if I was wrong about the dosage or the original poison, it would cause convulsions and kill the boy almost as quickly.
Wow. Okay.
Thomas.
Aww.
Oh, my boy. My boy's come back to me. It's a miracle. A miracle, Father.
Aww. He runs away. The dramatics.
Satan may like to make a fool of God, but God will have the last word.
I cannot believe I know people like this.
I truly believe Father Bain would prefer that boy died than me
Yeah.
save him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't doubt
Yes. Yeah.
that. Beliefs are how you make sense of life
Mm-hmm.
and death. Take that away and what do you have left?
Right. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly, and that's dangerous. Like, that's scary.
Mrs. Fitz now calls you Carlock, now Muvel, the miracle worker.
Good Lord. I had no desire to see that mixture of awe and suspicion that seemed to follow me everywhere now.
Yeah.
I had performed what has been called a miracle. Instead of
So
following
all
my way,
eyes on her now.
Titan, couldn't I just as easily be hurtled back in time yet again? To the Middle Ages or even the Roman occupation? What finally brought me out of my room was the oblivion promised by Colum's Rhenish.
Do you not see me waving? Nearly re-injured my arm. The stone seemed to say, I stood upon the hill and the wind did rise.
Oh boy.
And placed my hands upon the tallest stone and travelled to a far distant
So
land.
that's a tale, a myth.
So I touched the stones and travelled back to my own land and took up again with the man I had left behind.
What?
Came back through the stones.
As she did.
That is so wild. I'm getting chills.
My heart suddenly lightened, and I knew in that moment I could no longer wait for permission or assistance. I must escape Castle Leoch and get back to the stones as soon as possible.
Well, you
or
can't.
die trying.
You can't, though. Not as soon as possible. You have to. It seems like it's her fate to. The song, the folktale says that she has to make lovers and friends. So she's got to kind of go through the whole journey and then she can go back. Man, that. Because now. So the Scotsman that was looking up at her has to be Jamie. You know, the Peeping Tom. It's like this weird interdimensional time traveling connection that she has. Like she's in love with two men, and two men are in love with her from two different times, and that's kind of heartbreaking. I'm like so in love with this show. This is the third episode. Oh man, I did like honestly. this is like all the stuff I really like all of the like taking religious beliefs too far. Like I think about these types of things like just in my own life, and just having my own Christian background and trying to understand my belief systems as an adult and like what do I believe and all of that. And so I've spent a lot of time with people who are like, when anything bad happens, it's the devil. It's the devil's doing. And I never really... It did bother me. Like, I remember even as a young adult, even though I was really, like, indoctrinated, really 100% into it, I still was like, this is still kind of like, come on, like, what? It doesn't make sense. And I believe that, like Gellis, that there are unexplainable things that we just can't explain, that are otherworldly. I believe that there are higher powers. I do. But at the same time, like, I cannot force other people to believe or not believe something. So this is where it's like it's a little hard to watch, because these things happened, but they're still happening even in America, but in other countries, these types of superstitions and murders because their beliefs tell them that you need to do this to free someone's soul or free your own soul or the curse on your family. And people, sadly, they're willing to do it because it's like I don't know. It's hard. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've been trying to understand the mind and why we do the things we do, and even when it's not logical. Like Mrs. Fritz, I think that's her name, at the end where she's like, no, this is my sister's home. This is my father's before her. You need to pretty much leave to the priest. Like, come on. Like, it's like at some point you have to stand up to the beliefs when they're starting to like push the boundaries of like, this doesn't make sense. Like, we're hurting people. Like, these are our family members. Like, no. And so I love that, but it's scary, like, to stand up like that. That takes a lot of bravery and courage, and you also don't know if you're about to be damned for the rest of your life because you do something like that. So I love it, and I love the whole like natural remedy and like figuring out how to find, work with the plants and the herbs of this earth and how they can help us. And but yeah, I am absolutely in love with the series. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's cool how they bring in medicine and healing. I think that's so important for this world. We all suffer from different ailments. I live right now. I have a VSD, so I was born with a hole in my heart, and so I have a heart murmur, or a hole in my ventricle, and it's never closed. I never had surgery, but just the thought, like, each of us carry different things, and some are more obvious and pronounced, like Column's legs and the pain he's in, and then others are just hidden. You can't really tell. And but everyone wants to like feel better. Everyone suffers physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so having people like Claire, who are healers, who not only heal the body but heal the mind and the soul, like, those people are very important. And so it's cool. It's just very, very cool. And Gellis is interesting. I think she's like one of those trickster characters, like a Loki or something. Like, she's not necessarily bad, but she's not necessarily good. She's just sort of like this neutral evil, but not evil and good. I don't know. But I think I'm jumping into the next episode. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching with me. Bye, everybody.